Good evening, fellow reloaders and YouTubers. Tonight we will be, I wouldn't call this an unboxing, well, maybe an unboxing to a sense in that it hasn't been opened. So we'll call this an opening, not so much an unboxing. And it looks like some of the boxing has already been whatevered. This was on my Christmas list for probably a couple of years. And I finally decided that it was time to pick one of these up. And the main reason I waited, well, probably there was a few main reasons. One of the best main reasons was price. And the other second best main reason was size. Because I wanted, when I started looking at these a few years ago, the bore size was pretty large, and I wanted to get one that would cover all the bases. Naturally, probably would have been easier to open that torn side. So I wanted something small enough for 22, for pistol 22, 223, as well as obviously larger bore sizes. And around Christmas time, geez, this is a little harder than I thought it would be to open. Holy fruck. That's F-R-U-C-K, fruck, which is not a swear word. Fruck, 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 F-R-U-C-K. So, now that we've easily opened this, wow, I don't even have any tea. Jeez Louise. So, where was I? Digital bore scope. A couple things I wanted. One was something really tiny, so 0.2 inch diameter. That addresses that. Adjustable LEDs. I don't even know what that is other than the LED being adjustable. Detachable mirror. Okay, so these mirrors come off and can be replaced with others because 3 are included. And a little less than ½ inch depth of field. And the other big thing was this particular one is supposed to be iOS compatible. So a lot of these originally were Android only, and then the iOS version was, ridiculously expensive. And then some of them come with their own little screen, iPhone clone, so that it's an all-in-one unit. And I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to use my iPad because the iPad's nice and big. So I'm going to stop screwing with that box, and we're going to see if this is as difficult to open up. Hopefully not. I like the fact that that's a decent little case. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to open it and just have plastic and everything come out in the plastic. Okay, so what do we have here? That looks like the wireless module. This looks like the USB. Actually, I don't know what this looks like. Okay, so I'm going to guess that, I don't know if that's power. I'm not going to read the directions. Okay, there's my 3 mirrors. One has a red band, the other 2 do not. And there is your USB. I hate that USB adapter because that's so freaking tiny. What I usually do is throw my magnets in there. And I will show you that because, okay, so this, I thought this was the wireless component. So we've got, obviously this is the actual bore scope end. We've got, let me unwind this and measure it. It should be like 30 inches. I wanted something that I didn't want a rigid one, that has like a steel bar for pistols and or rifles. I wanted something flexible so that I could flex it. All right, what do we got here? Let's bust out the tape measure. And I will do this off screen because there's no way I'll be able to measure this in front of the field of view for the camera. All right, what do we got here? What we have here is failure to communicate. Oh, wow, that's pretty long. That is much longer than I thought it was going to be. That is 47 inches. I was thinking this was only going to be like 30 some odd inches. So that's not going to have any problem reaching any of my barrels. Even on the 416 Barrett, which is, I believe, my longest barrel at 30 plus inches, 36 inches, something like that. All right, so I thought this was the I/O device. Oh, that's cool. So power on, power off. So I don't know if this is a battery and the wireless device, but we're going to find out when I look in the directions. Looks like you can snap a picture. So power on. Looks like here's the lighting control. All right, so obviously this goes into that and mates there, and then that goes into this USB port. But methinks because there's a USB here that this is a battery as well, maybe. Okay, so now we will open the directions. Because this will be segment number 1, and I will stitch this together with actually hooking it up to the iPad as well as testing it on a bore, so as not to bore you. Ooh, that was pretty bad. Yeah, that was pretty bad. All right, thank you for choosing blah blah blah. Manual suited for blah blah blah, not medical use, blah blah blah. So it's actually 45 inches. Flexible gooseneck, rifle barrel inspection, 0.2 inch diameter, 1 megapixel. Depth of field is a little under half an inch to a little over half an inch. Bore light, brightness adjustable LEDs. Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN, antenna built in, blah blah blah. 2.4 gigahertz, data rate 150 megabit per second. Power in and out, 5 volt 1 amp, 5 volt 2 amp. Okay. The blah 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 is the Wi-Fi barrel scope series from blah blah blah, including blah blah blah. Diameter blah blah blah. Note is only compatible. Okay. This bore scope is only compatible with iPhone, iPad, and Android smartphone. If you want to use it with your PC or MacBook, please order another part. Okay, that's cool. So it does how to use. Connect the probe to the cable. Okay, so that's this. This would be the probe, and this would be the cable. Adjust field of, adjust slide, view of focus. Okay. Bore scope probe with thread, lock ring, okay, for example, okay. So I'm more interested in how to connect. Okay, so for a larger bore, different camera, how to use the software. Okay, search for MoView in the App Store. Okay, there we go. Insert the dual lens USB cable. Step 3, press and hold the power button. Why would you have to put a USB cable? Okay, so maybe that's just to get the camera going. Press and hold the power button for a few seconds. Turn on the device. The Wi-Fi indicator lights will turn on after the device powers on for 10 seconds. Connect to the Wi-Fi signal named Wi-Fi cam blah blah blah. When you connect the Wi-Fi, you may see a message saying no internal connection, no blah 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 blah. Step 5, press the light button to adjust the light and brightness. Okay, so that is that. But I thought it was kind of interesting that, let's see, does this even power? Okay. So you can see that it has, okay, so that is the Wi-Fi. So me wonders, I'm trying to turn that off. So the on and off button, oh, okay, maybe if I turn the correct button, there we go. Okay, so I don't know if that's battery or Wi-Fi strength. Okay, so there's Wi-Fi. But I don't know if this is a battery as well. It doesn't really. I'm reading over the directions, so it doesn't really say. So I will jump out to their website and do a little poking around on this little interesting device because it comes with what looks like a charging cable. You know, why is this? You know, obviously the borescope goes here, but and the fact that it has power without an external connectivity, to me, says there is power. So let me try something. A few moments later. All right, so I grabbed my trusty battery and my little box of magnets. And I picked this up a while back, and I absolutely love these things because, let me find the right. Is that the right one? I think this is. I have all these different type of connections. Different, like USB-C, this USB, and I think this one is the correct one because I freaking hate jamming these cables into this. USB-C is great. This USB sucks caca because it's always so freaking tiny. In fact, I have to take my glasses off to even see where the little board is. Hate it. Hated it. Brownie points for anyone who knows where that came from in the 90s. Hated it. Maybe even the late 80s. Okay, pop that in. All right, so what this allows me to do is, instead of screwing with this stupid ass little connection every time, I take my USB cable, and there it is. It's kind of like the mag attach for the Macs, the old power books. It's a brilliant little solution. All right, let's see if that charges. Where did the... Let's see if I blow it up, it goes back. I'll say it was DOA, when in reality it was KIA. All right. Popping this. Oh, look at that. Did we see that? Yes, we did. Let me disconnect. Okay. So please pay attention to right about here. And notice my light, my blue light special. So when this lights up, you should see that light up. So I was correct. There is, see, charging the battery. And disconnect. Oh, battery gone. Oh, connect, battery back. Oh. All right, you get the idea. All right, so that's cool. Absolutely hate these little fuckers. That's the worst connection because that little tiny board is so easy to snap and misalign and do whatever. So I don't know what this is for because it really didn't say. I mean, you have your bore, unless this is, oh, you know what? Oh, that's cool. Okay. So... no, it was, okay, I'm on the crack pipe. It's this USB cable I don't give a shit about. This cable is my connection to that USB port. So yeah, I'm on the pipe, apparently. All right, so that's it for tonight. We have solved incredible mysteries and have determined that there is a battery in here that will charge up, or we just have external power. Either way, pretty cool. I will still go out to their website and do a little reading. So now it looks like segment 2, which will probably be tomorrow night because I'm tired and it's bedtime. Segment 2 will be connecting all this, connecting the iPad, and then having a look-see. Let's see what... I'm blinded! Okay, so let's connect that and see if our little lighting thingamajig works. Okay, so it looks like there is a red dot. It probably aligns with that no dot. That's what I'm going to guess. Okay, that was a good guess. And then we screw that together. We will disconnect our battery for un momento, just to make things a little bit cleaner. And then we will connect our unit. We will power up so that we see we get our... Oh, maybe... I have trouble. I keep hitting this when I want to hit this. Okay, so we are now live, and as you can see, we are live. So let's see how the... So on one side, there it looks like magnification. Okay, so that is... So we have no light, brightest, 1, 2, 3. So we have 3. All on. Medium, low, off. So it's high, medium, and low. And then it looks like we have a magnification going as well. So I will turn that off, disconnect that, put the cover back on. So I'm wondering if I'll be able to just see stuff without having the mirror. That'll be kind of interesting. All right, so we are good for tonight. That is it for tonight's segment. More to come tomorrow. Again, love the magnets. Hate that USB mini cable or whatever the heck it's called. I'd be willing to bet I could probably leave this attached, but I will not. So I'll put that there. Let's see, what does this say? This says, please keep the bore scope straight or only lightly coiled. Okay, so lightly coiled would be the size of this, because that's how it was coiled when I opened it. So I'm going to say that that is lightly coiled. We have our directions. We have our battery, which we don't technically need, because as long as this is charged, we are good to go. All right, so that's it. I think this is kind of cool. So my initial impressions are, I like this case. I'm really glad it came with a case, because that means it's easy to just throw it in someplace, whether that be a bag, a shelf, on the bench, whatever, without anything getting damaged. And it's all in one self-contained unit with all the individual pieces. And the fact that the documentation reinforced that it does work with iPhone, iPad, that's a big win. So we'll be back tomorrow for part 2 and a test, the final chapter.